Hello, thank you for listening to the Fillet podcast. This is episode 144. I am Grant Fierro here with Mike Medina. And this week we had a lot of news. Tampa Pro, obviously that went down over the weekend. Mike, are you listening to Skate Fillet?
No.
What was that? And last week, right after we did episode 143, Nyjah Huston released his Till Death video part, obviously through Nike SB. Debatably, I'm going to go ahead and say one of the gnarliest video parts of all time.
Yeah, man.
It was 11 minutes long. Ty Evans filmed it. It's pretty much edited like a movie, a short film, more than a normal video part or whatever you would like to call it.
It literally felt like a movie from like seconds into it.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Even the intro of him just all-time buckle when he runs down that rail.
Uh-huh.
It just gives you that feeling. Obviously, the very dramatic scene of Hollywood High, which I would love to know kind of how that went down. Like, did he smack him his head and then Ty was like, yo, hold up. Yo, hey, let's get the cameras in here real quick.
Well, I'm sure that there was some some waiting time in between getting his life saved and splitting his wig like that.
Yeah, dude, it was gnarly. And then obviously there was even that back grind with the 50 with the rails.
Dude, immediately though, when I saw like the blood head smacking thing, I got like an immediate flashback to Arto.
Oh, okay.
Where he starts fucking throwing up and everything, and I was just like, man, like, didn't Arto have seizures and shit too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He may have, yeah.
Oh god, it's fucking terrifying, dude.
So gnarly.
Like, dude, we see like the finished product, like not nowadays, obviously, like the raw files, the whatever you want to call them, the raw footage, the rough cut, whatever they're called nowadays. It's cool like that we see those, but before like the trend of seeing what went into it, which I'm all for. Don't make me seem like I'm some like hater of these rough cuts. I think they're great. But no, I'm saying like before, usually all you see is like the finished product of like, oh my god, my favorite skateboarder just went hard as fuck down some big stuff, But like seeing it like that is just like, especially Nyjah, who's a guy who's like, whose reputation has like kind of that's like surrounded him as kind of like perfection,
Yeah, I mean,
like
he definitely,
Golden
as a
Boys.
skateboarder, yeah, he's looked at as the gnarly. He's gonna push skateboarding. He's one of the gnarliest dudes alive,
right? And I feel like he's been looked
very. A lot of people love him, and a lot of people hate him or hate on him. You could at least say due to, contest winnings, and then maybe they don't like his personal life or the way he portrays it or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, obviously, no one could deny the gnarliness.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like we get to see this side of him that's like him eating so much shit that like on stuff that we've never seen before, on tricks that people would never try. And it's just like I think that by seeing his version of a rough cut, like his particular rough cut, I think that it far exceeds everyone else's, in my opinion. Like, yes, I'm a big fan.
What do you mean rough? You mean like just the attempts in the part?
Yeah, like there's the spots that he goes to, like the attempts, the what he goes through to get his spot. Like, slamming on a 12-stair rail sounds fucking horrible, but how about a 20-stair?
Dude, yeah, he pushes it.
You know what I mean?
One thing that I think I saw someone mention, and in my head I was looking at, is really it's the perfect combination for to progress skateboarding a very good combination is Nyjah
He pushed it forward.
Nyjah Huston, Ty Evans, and Nike. Like, obviously, it's going to be very progressive. It's going to be a little different. Nyjah's pushing skating. Ty is pushing filming and editing in his own way. And, yeah, a lot of people probably hate on it and wish that he had a fisheye and was right next to his feet the whole time. And the editing
What
is
do you
different,
think?
too. I always think it's cool to see something different.
I
want to see every part like that. No, not necessarily. I
wouldn't want to see a
I love
full
seeing
length.
the fisheye in there. Yeah, I'm always gonna love that because that's what we've seen. But on the flip side of that, that's what we've always seen. So it's cool to see something different.
Could you watch a full length like that?
Yeah, I watched the Flat Earth. There's no fisheye in that.
Oh, I guess you're right.
But like I said, that at least right now, that if I see footage like that, that's Ty's thing. It doesn't mean that if someone does it, they're copying him. No, it's the progression. But I'm gonna think of Ty because he's the one that's kind of sparking it.
Did you see the Riley Hawk response comment?
Oh, what spot was it? He said, "Who's got the pin?"
Yeah, someone sent me a pin.
Pin him up. Which rail was it?
It was the rail that he already grinded, dog.
Oh, the one that Nyjah 5-0'd.
Yeah.
That Riley had 50, right?
I love that. I think that was so funny.
Yeah, that was tight.
Like, skateboarding's response to Nyjah's part was one of my favorite things about Nyjah's part.
Yo, it was crazy. He pulled the Shane Hill. He straight up broke the barracks this time. Shane broke Thrasher, but the barracks didn't work. I went live on Instagram. Okay, dude, straight up. As a fan of skateboarding,
you should have hit me up.
I've seen 459 on my computer. I was like, oh, let's go. I'm hyped. I go YouTube, Nike. I'm refreshing it, waiting for this thing to pop up. I'm clicking the link in their bio. Nothing's working. It's 406. I'm like, yo, where's the part at? Or 506, whatever. And then someone was just commented, yo, click Nyjah's link. And then I clicked on it. Like, it just barely went live, like that second. I was like, all right, let's get it.
Yeah.
And then,
dude, we randomly were.
My first watch through, the only time, like, I got however many minutes in, and then at UCI, he did front nose slide up to back 180 nose grind to straight.
Oh, that bounce.
And I was like, whoa, hold up. I'm going to need to see that one twice. That was crazy. Like, obviously, it's all gnarly, but that, to me, was like, that was the one trick, at least my first watch, and for sure my favorite trick. Like, that looked sick. The rest of it is so crazy.
Insane.
But that, to me, like, just my taste of skateboarding, I was like, that was so sick. Like, that was my favorite thing he did. Was it the
awesome.
gnarliest? No, he grinded whatever, 10, going through the kinks. Was it? It was gnarly, yeah, but, like, it was just crazy. I don't understand.
Yeah.
He seriously gets in a front nose slide, and then he's above the handrail. Like,
he bounces, dude. He literally uses the handrail to bounce into the back 180 nose grind.
Yeah, it was sick.
It
was so tight.
Yeah, it was amazing. Love it.
But, yeah, also, I think kind of speaking on the editing, the way we're kind of saying it's more like a movie, a short film. It's 11 minutes. Some of the attempts are in there. I don't know if this was the reason behind it, but I think a bonus of that is you get to see if everything's so fast, a lot of video parts, it's the song's fast and the clip. I think you really don't get a feel for the spot and no perspective how gnarly it is necessarily on a lot of those clips. So when it's a little slower like this, there's attempts. It's kind of just the way it's filmed, the footage. You get a little more of a feel that you do when you watch a rough cut, like you were saying, Mike, because you can kind of tell the spot, and there's just a little more time to understand what's going on. And you're never going to fully comprehend it, but a little more of, wow, this is straight up insane.
Mm-hmm.
So congrats to Nyjah and Ty for putting out an insane video part that by, I think, the next day or 2 days later already had over 1 million views.
Yeah, that I noticed that too. The count, the view count
was insane.
Was like flying up.
I'll check it right now as we speak, but they put out an insane video. Speaking of rough cuts, I would hope that we get to see a 20-30 minute a bunch of attempts. I would love to, because I would love to see what those look like. I mean, how do you try those things? I would like to see what that front nose to fake nose grind look like.
Yeah, that one's gonna be
crazy.
Sick.
I wonder if he had even done that before. Because there's realistically, UCI is probably the perfect rail for it because it's square. I don't know how you do it on a round rail. So maybe as one of those interchangeable rails in his park, put the square one and did it.
Dude, it's fucking Nyjah, man. He's definitely done that trick in his park before.
Yeah, and also, actually, Mike, you just sent me this link. He has a little behind the scenes of the day he went to La Jolla High and fakey grinded the 18 and Ollie knows.
Yeah, that was one that stood out to me for sure, dude.
What,
when do you see people fakey grinding handrail?
Yeah, and especially at 18. That was so.
Yeah, well, I mean, just in general, like, when the fuck do you see people fakey grinding handrails?
Oh, I mean, he just gets in on his heels and he look comfy.
Yeah, that's insane. Like I do that trick on ledges all the time, but that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, circle rail.
Circle rail, 18 stairs
and
down.
You're when you lock in, you're probably like, wow, the ground's pretty far away.
That's fucking terrifying. Are you kidding? That's
yeah, I mean,
that's going all the way backwards.
If you watch this behind the scenes video that Nyjah put on his personal YouTube channel, I guess homie filmed it, whatever. He's rolling up nervous. Like, it took him a second to jump on it, and he handled it. I think he stuck the first one.
I think it's a matter of time before all of our favorite skaters have personal YouTube channels. Chris Jocelyn and his girlfriend have one. Did you know that?
I did see that his girlfriend had.
Yeah, it randomly came up on my suggestion.
Yeah. Okay. What?
It's like Chris Jocelyn living that vlog life.
Yeah, I mean, he's not walking around with the camera in his hand, but he's in the footage.
He's like, yo, what's up, bros? I'm at UFC.
That'd be crazy.
Dude, that'd be so fucking funny, man. That'd be like the best thing.
No, it'd be funnier to see Nyjah like that, though.
I feel like Nyjah,
if Nyjah was holding.
Nyjah's had a camera. Yeah, but Nyjah's had a camera in his face like his whole life. Chris Jocelyn's like awkward as fuck, dude.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hate it though. It was kind of tight. Like, good for him, dude. It's like dad life.
Yeah, I mean, do what you got to do.
I know Manny does that vlog.
Yeah, I've seen Manny's YouTube channel. Pretty. He's filming whatever.
Manny's World.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Manny's World. Right. Yeah, when I saw him at Chicago Street League, he was like doing the whole.
Manny's gonna. It seems natural for him. The way his personality is, and I've seen some of his videos before, and it doesn't seem like he's.
Well, he's kind of an OG YouTuber if you think about it, dude. He had Manny Slays All forever ago.
Days, yeah. Yeah, and back when just put out footage of his homies and stuff.
Yeah, I remember when Nyjah was first starting. Now he's one of the OGs, OGs.
Yo, I happened, like you said, on the side of your YouTube, you see recommended. See one of Nyjah's, it was best day on skating or whatever, and it was 30 or 40 minutes. I was like, whoa, this is like a TV show. Like, kids come home and have a TV show to watch at that.
Dude, I really like Nyjah's content.
Crazy.
I like his content. His content's dope.
That's good.
Yeah, I think he's cool. And he's I feel like I'm subscribed to Nyjah, and I feel like he's been skating with all these little kids lately, and they're so good, dude. They are so good.
I bet.
It's crazy how good these kids are. They pull up to 10 stairs and just ollie them.
Yeah.
And they're 7.
Yeah, the thing's twice as tall.
That's wild. Dude, it looks like a mountain compared to them.
They land on their knees just buckle.
Yeah, you know who's on his channel? You know who's on his channel sometime? Is that Mowgli that came on here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's on his channel, dude. He was out in some big stupid ass gap, dude.
Yeah.
Big dumb, dude. Grant, big dumbass, big dumbass.
That was tight.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So front 180, back 180 nose grind was your favorite trick from Nyjah?
Front nose, yeah, that's my favorite trick for sure.
Yeah, front.
Also, but I mean, not my favorite, but like we were talking about the rail that Riley 50 Nyjah 50. That when he locked in, I was sitting here looking at my screen. And I said he did not 5-0 that. Right when he locked in, no way.
What about switch lip El Toro?
Yeah, that was insane. I think. Oh, there's a couple more things we should talk about. I think switch lip is so buck. One of my friends was like, "Oh, we kind of thought he was gonna do something gnarlier," and I was like, "Okay, wait, let's think about this. Maybe switch lip doesn't look as crazy to us as certain other tricks that he does on these rails. When you think about, okay, lip side is highly sackable. First of all, second of all, you never see people switch lip side handrails. Try to think about that. You really don't.
I feel like we're starting to see that more often.
Okay, but it's not a common trick.
Okay, but I feel like it's getting there, man. It's basically
maybe, but I don't feel like you see switch front lips that much. I really don't.
Yeah, that's true.
When I think about it, it's okay, maybe it looks as a simple trick, but the more you think about it, it's wow, that's so buck.
I feel like I see people do them on flat bars often.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe I've seen people kind of do a switch 180, they land regular. But dude, which I mean, he did
yeah.
down at Toro. But like, I don't think you see it on handrails too much.
What do you mean regular? Like your natural stance?
He rolled away straight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't think anyone had any idea he skated El Toro. And then what was the?
That was like that was definitely kept under wraps.
Super low, which he talks about in his Thrasher interview, I believe it was. That he tries to like. He doesn't even go out with photographers that much. I know Rhino shot a lot of photos for this part that was used, but he doesn't want people to know what he does before the footage comes out, which is cool because like it keeps the surprise factor. No one knew he was at El Toro. I mean, I know. We know he's been there before. You seen him skate on Instagram before, but no one knew it was Switch Lip, and it was a different day that he was there.
Where is this Chris Jocelyn El Toro footage, man?
Anthony's video dropping soon. But, this is another thing I want to talk about. But Nyjah, real quick, before we get off this, is that I've heard plenty of people say that Nyjah backsmith and Nollie back 5 El Toro. I've seen that on social media. I've seen a lot of people mention that. But those clips are nowhere to be found in this Nike.
Backsmith?
Yeah, no, I've heard people say it. And we know he skated there on a different day than he switch lipped it. We know he's been there multiple times. So at first, I started thinking about this the other night. It's like, wait, whoa, where's the El Toro footage? And then I was like, oh yeah, Element video. That maybe tossed some of the footage for that. Yeah. I mean, I know this Nike part's been his real main focus. It's pretty clear when you listen to him.
But it already had so many legendary spots in it that like.
Yeah, you might as well toss a couple to your next part.
Yeah.
You already have an 11-minute video part. You already switched lips.
Right, and it's 11 minutes.
Yeah,
totally. I agree.
So I think maybe we could see those clips if that's accurate. Whatever, I bet he has something else on El Toro that we'll see in the Element video or whatever's next for him.
I bet, dude. Backsmith, I bet is gonna be so sick.
Jocelyn, you mentioned Jocelyn El Toro. Yeah, we've heard people say Trey flipped it. Obviously.
Yeah, dude.
About that on here.
I'm trying to see that.
Yeah, I would assume that'll be in the Etnies video as well.
What a fucking freak, man.
You Trey flip a 20?
What a psycho. What a psycho.
Dude.
What is
not the ultimate hacker?
Tommy Sandoval frontside flipped a 20, right?
I want to say it might be a 21.
Jeez. That dude is a madman. That dude's a madman.
Dude.
Remember when he was in Street League?
Oh, but yeah. I remember.
Like what?
I think he did good a few times though. Like he made it to finals before.
I mean, he's a consistent dude. That's if you skate pretty consistently, you'll do all right.
He'd always find some crazy gap that like wasn't even a gap.
The biggest way to skate it.
He'd skate like a bank out of the whole arena thingy, out of the course or whatever, which was sick. Well, speaking of contests, we might as well get into this because I know you watched a lot of this contest.
I watched all of it pretty much. Besides like I think one round, like one heat, I guess.
Yeah. Tampa Pro 2018 went down this past weekend. Jagger Eaton came out on top. I was able to watch a little bit in the mornings. I didn't watch that much when I was skating. It was the weekend. But I did see a little bit of it. Mike, I know you watched more, like you just said.
Yeah, it's been freezing here, so
yeah, I don't blame you. If it was raining the whole weekend or whatever, cold, yeah, I would have been doing the same thing. But anyway, a lot of kind of news came up with both of us noticed just watching it in terms of people skating. I mean, Deshaun Jordan, very blatantly skating element board.
Yeah, there's just like there's a large number of things that I took away from this year's Tampa Pro contest.
Yeah, a lot more than just like results.
Yeah, like whether it be new sponsors, sponsor changes, new companies, fucking.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about Deshaun real quick. Deshaun.
Yeah, Deshaun was the number one thing.
Been skating real boards. Just you could tell through Instagram at other contests. It's been pretty obvious if you've paid attention to it at all. But at Tampa, they did the spotlight episode at practice, and I paused when I saw his board. You could barely see it, but it's an Element. But it wasn't like the big logo one. It was a different graphic. And then during the contest, he had the black board with the Element logo in the
gigantic Element logo.
Yeah, just a Nike sticker. So okay, I think he's making sure everyone knows, or they're making sure everyone knows. So
I think combined as a company and a skater, they were letting everyone know.
Yeah, I think. I think it's a good fit. I know he used to get float element boards. He won element make it count before he was on Sovereign, and they gave him boards for about a year, and it just wasn't really going anywhere. I don't think it was a bad breakup. I think it was simply he was presented the opportunity at Sovereign. Element was just kind of helping him out. He went with Sovereign. Obviously, that's been over for a little while now, and I think it makes sense for him to be on Element now. So
I think that.
Go ahead.
With his his standing and skating and his skill level and just everything that's that behind him, I think that there were, I don't want to say very few companies. I think that there were a certain list of companies that he would fit well on. Yes. I think that Element definitely is one of those companies for sure. I know that a lot of people asked me what company I thought he would fit on. I always said numbers, but then as soon as I saw him with the Element board, I was like, okay,
it clicked. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it clicked for sure. I was like, okay, think about the Element team and how quote unquote elite they are.
They have a pretty cool mix in terms of they have dudes that you could look at as elite. They have Nyjah. If Deshaun's gonna
Evan
on, yeah, but then they have dudes that Nyjah's obviously the contest killer. He's going to be looked at that for a while. He's done so good in contests forever. They have Evan. They have Nick Garcia, Julian Davidson. They have young up-and-comers with Tyson and Ish. It's a pretty cool mix, and I think it makes sense.
Appleyard's still ripping too.
Yep, apples. So, yeah, that was very clear. I would assume, since it was so clear that something's in the works, probably an announcement sometime soon.
I hope so.
I hope he gets home. Yeah, good for Deshaun. He well deserves it. Puts in work. Yeah. Super good, positive dude. I think everyone likes being around Deshaun.
I did a top 5 of skateboarding free agents, and he was number 1. So I'm hoping that he goes.
Yeah. Also, Deshaun technically is an AM in the terms that he has not had a pro board.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
He did win Tampa AM last year. Then went on to be in Street League and won a Street League. But he wasn't the only AM we saw this weekend. AM in terms of they don't have a pro board. That's what we're going to
We actually saw a bunch.
We saw a handful. Mike and I were chatting about this before the show. The winner, Jagger Eaton, has not had a pro board out. Alex Midler, Deshaun, like I mentioned, so that's 3. David Reyes. And we had 5. Who was the one other, Mike? There was one other we were just talking about.
Yeah, there was another one.
I don't know. But, Uto doesn't have a board.
Oh, Uto, duh.
Yeah. That's 5 right there. There could have been a couple more.
There was definitely more. They were just not as well known, so to speak.
Yeah, but it was a little interesting. I know I've seen dudes skate Tampa Pro in the past. I remember Mickey Papa, maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know when that was, 1 or 2 years ago. Skated Tampa and his board wasn't out yet. Just after Blind gave him his board, so obviously it was all communicated.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening with all of these.
Yeah, do you think they're all about to get boards, or how do you think? We're looking at one of them, David Reyes, doesn't have a board sponsor at the moment.
Good point. Especially because he's been getting flow for Plan B, which has been historically one of the hardest companies to turn pro
to get a board on. Yeah, and he's not on. Yeah, they've been helping.
Unless your name is Chris Cole.
Jocelyn went pro quick over there.
Oh yeah, no, well shit, man, come on.
Yeah, undeniably he had to. There was a
high demand
for his board.
Shit. If the demand for a Zion board was as high as it was, imagine what the world was like when Chris Jocelyn just dropped his part.
Yeah, Jocelyn came out crazy. Crazy. But let's talk. Do you think Midler, Uto, Deshaun,
Midler for sure.
Do you think those dudes are all about to get boards?
Yes, definitely. Especially Uto, especially Midler for sure. Guarantee. There's no way. Those dudes are so on the right path with their companies to get a board that them skating a pro contest just makes sense.
Yeah.
Uto is so fucking good at skateboarding.
Yo,
are you kidding?
Kane in his run.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah, I don't
Not
know,
many
man.
people can even say
I don't know.
they back sugarcane anything. I mean, maybe like quarter pipe, which is
I
sick.
don't know. I
But,
get
like,
fired up on
that
Eaton.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I get fired up on him, dude. He's so, in my opinion, he's so
Craziest
sick.
board control.
Yeah, and like his style is so cool to me. Like,
Yeah,
in
I
his
think
part,
Chris
the
Cole
back
was
three.
saying in his run, they pointed out kind of like he doesn't even wind up. Like he does all these spin, like real awkward tricks.
Dude,
but she's kind of just chilling.
Not to cut you off, but can we talk about how great Chris Cole is as a commentator?
Oh, you were psyched.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's great.
Really?
He's excellent. Like he's like the skaters. He's like,
why?
dude, he's like the skater's skater. You know what I mean? And like you can tell that he has. Well, yeah, but he's not just a pro skateboarder. He's fucking Chris Cole, man.
Yeah.
Like, ask any pro skateboarder in the world what they think of Chris Cole, and they're gonna say he's the shit.
Yeah, highly respected.
I feel like
been in the game for years.
Right, and I feel like his level of respect for the skaters and the people competing's respect for him was clearly represent. Like you could clearly see it. Like and like just he would just drop in cool little things, you know. Like I don't know. Like there was so many that like I genuinely laughed out loud to.
Yeah.
He said a bunch of things that I was cracking the fuck up.
That's tight.
He's great. I don't know. I really hope that they have him do a lot more of that stuff, especially if he's gonna like not be skating in the contest. Like, might as well bring him there just to talk about.
Yeah, he should be involved. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I loved it. I also thought Jeff Rowley was great at his too, because I feel like he had like a similar thing.
I didn't hear Rowley do it at Tampa, but I've heard him.
No, yeah, he didn't do it. He didn't do it this year. Yeah, I just meant like at Street League.
Sick when they've had him on Street League. I was so hyped on that.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. I just feel like like the same feel is there, like the respect. Sick. You know what I mean? And like yeah. That's tough. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. Chris Cole's great at that, man. Great. Who had you stoked all weekend?
Just take a guess.
Ishod?
Of course.
Dude, did you see Kyle's
every year at Tampa, Ishod's that dude. Like that's what I straight up. This is what I got hyped on. Oh, Tampa's coming up. My Instagram's gonna be filled with this shot at practice. Going
nonstop. Did you see Kyle's Snapchats?
Kyle,
our homie.
Oh yes, I did.
Dude, they were hilarious. The one of his shots, it's like early Friday. He's like just got here, or it's like where it was like Sunday practice.
Yeah, on his Instagram story. Ishod was like, he was the first dude or something. He was already killing it in the morning.
He's like, yo, he's been skating since Friday morning.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was Sunday or something. Like he's been skating since Friday. I was like, yeah, that's why he's the sickest.
It said hasn't stopped skating since Friday. That's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, Ishod does. He got the semis. He usually does at least decently well, like semis or further. But I mean, dude, whatever. Like he kills it the hardest the whole weekend. I feel like every year. Like last year he was doing those nollie. I think it was last year. Nollie backside flips into the quarter pipe. Everyone was putting that on Instagram. That's crazy. Who does that?
That was fucked up. That was insane. You know who else I was really fired up on was Grant Taylor's, dude. Grant Taylor's stuff was so sick.
He was tight.
Dude, he rips.
I thought it was sick to start off Curran's run. He would do those backside airs like off the extension into that big rolling where he'd tweak it all crazy. And Zion hit the 540.
Oh my god. That was tight. Oh my god. Dude, Zion on the street or on the tranny course outside.
He straight bottomed out. 540 over the door, rolled away.
I could not believe that. That line that I posted.
And I was like, what?
Dude, that line that I posted on the skate fillet shit, I was just like mind blown when I saw that.
Crazy.
Like, are you kidding? He's just flying around completely effortlessly. Like he just does not care.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm backing. You already know that's my favorite skater, dude. One of them.
Tyshawn is always cool to see. Snap some big ollies. I did see Tyshawn's semis. First run in semis. Someone spilled water or beer or something on the ground, and it landed it got on his grip tape right before his run. Like they said his name, and I think he was just going to the other side of the course, and he looked very annoyed with the situation. I
would have been pissed.
Yeah, he looked pretty frustrated.
I would have been too.
Yeah, he didn't move on to the finals. But Tyshawn's always tight to see in those because, I mean, whether or not he puts it down in his run, He always does some sick stuff after time. He ollied up that set. He's just Ty.
Yeah, he's sick.
Midler was crazy to me. I watched one of his semifinal runs, and I was just tripping on terms of gnarliness again. Of flick front 50 down the rail. I think got back nose blunt on the A-frame. Jamie in the best trick contest, I just seen on Instagram. Yo, that big spin front blunt. I know he big spinned out, but just the one to straight, the way he locked in and held it, that one was my favorite.
The best trick contest was
he spun in and like his body straight stopped. Like he locked in so good in the front blunt and he was just chilling.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm glad that was like his first big pro contest, you know what I mean? And it happened to be like in his home state, one of his parks that he grew up at or whatever. I think that's a cool story.
Super sick. Tori needs to be mentioned.
Not to mention, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Slide on that long rail is insane.
Is Jamie officially on Dickies now or what?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to mention that as well because he's been skating their pants forever, but a lot of dudes skating Dickies.
Yeah, but he skated their clothes all weekend.
Yeah, he had the little logo on the long sleeve, then like the big one. And they actually, skate park at Tampa had his Dickies listed now, so that's another check for Jamie. Congrats, it's well deserved, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
he's already wearing.
Yeah, I was
stuff.
just gonna say, clothing sponsors, like when you get the people whose shit you're already wearing to give you money and free product. Yeah, you got to be stoked.
And it makes sense. Like, it's cool because, it's very natural. I think we see some dudes, just in the past, we've seen dudes that skate for clothing brands that maybe it's like, I feel like that check has a big part to do with why you're on.
Asphalt.
Jamie, it's like he's wearing those pants regardless. So, what? He has to toss a T-shirt on sometimes and a sticker on his board? Yeah, give him the money.
Give that boy the money, dude. Are you kidding?
He's jumping
down 20 stairs first try, dude. Give him the money.
Yo, one thing I wanted to mention, Jamal Smith on Twitter had me dying throughout the whole weekend. He was watching a lot of Tampa. And one of his tweets was, do 5 push-ups every front feeble or back Smith you see. If you're
no shit, man. He's not wrong either. Every single
one.
Had me
cracking up. Every on the long bar, which I don't blame him because that's gotta feel so tight.
The way that Kelvin Hofler skated that long, like the front blunt, and then came back and did switch front blunt was so fucking cool. How many times in a row did he do that? Like, are you kidding me? How do you hold a switch front blunt like that consistently every single try?
Yeah, that's crazy. I seen Deshaun was 5-0 in it.
Dude, Paul Hart was doing front nose slide the whole thing, and then switch front nose slide.
Back nose blunt fakes, after now in the contest or whatever.
Yo, dude, so I just mentioned those two dudes. That's another thing we learned from Tampa.
Yep.
Colors Collective without an E.
Yeah, no E. Wait, no E in Collective? All I noticed was Colors had the U in it.
Well, yeah, he's Canadian, right?
Who, Paul?
Yeah.
That's how they spell Colors up there?
Yeah, that'd be the Canadian French spelling or whatever the fuck they do.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this finally made sense because when he was on the 9 Club, he's like, yeah, I'm starting a board brand with someone that likes acai. I'm also over here trying to figure out what Brazilian dude he's going to start it with. And for some reason, Kelvin never came up. Yeah, I never would have thought of it. It seems so random.
But at the same time, like, I love both of those dudes skating so much.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm a huge Paul Hart fan, and Calvin's growing on me.
Paul's crazy. He's a fake.
Speaking of Paul Hart, dude, fuck, man. Okay, I'm glad that we're coming up. All these little points are hitting right now. He just got a pro shoot for Globe, too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until you said that.
He was out there repping that big-ass Globe shirt at Tampa, too. Big-ass logo, dude. That logo that's like a DC logo shirt, dude. That thing is big as fuck.
Those things are gnarly.
They got the biggest logo in the game.
Those DC shirts are gnarly.
They're the ones that have the big chest logo, you know?
Yeah.
And then also have the DC logos down the arm. Like, are you fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, I mean,
that's serious.
I think but I think they're kind of pushing away from it a little bit.
I hope so. That's a little.
Well,
much.
Dude, I mean, look at the whole program.
The jerseys is sick. Back in the jersey.
They're hitting the throwback. We don't have all the street league dudes no more.
The yellow Brazil one was so tight.
Yeah, that's cool. Yellow's
like
a sick color. What was I gonna say? Colors Collective. That did surprise me. I'm not gonna
Graphics
sit
are
here and act
fucking-
like I saw that coming.
No, hell no. Graphics are fucking awesome though.
Yeah, I did
Big
see
fan
the
of the
one.
graphics.
Like it looked like a painting.
Yeah, but like he
Maybe it had a
showed Calvin.
woman. What was it?
Dude, Calvin showed that board off, and it literally looked like he had hand painted it himself.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
like that's
sick.
what I thought. Like that's what I initially thought. I was like, damn, he's just out here painting his boards now, dude. Fuck it.
That'd be so much effort just to skate it.
So much effort just to potentially break it the first trick.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you ever think about that with Sibo? Go crazy on the grip tape, board
Sibo-
snaps. He's got to be bummed.
I bet it's happened.
Yeah,
If we
I'm
ever
sure
get
it
him
has.
on here, let's fucking ask, huh?
yeah. Speaking of board announcements, Wade DeSarmo. This one's been rumored for a while now.
Big
Officially
news.
left DGK.
Big news.
I think that most people are assuming he's going to Primitive.
For sure. I think
Which
that's like
I
the
agree.
main consensus of the skate world.
You know, I actually looked it up because I knew I had tweeted about it a while ago. Once he made the announcement, so I like searched on Twitter and I found it. It was randomly just about almost exactly a year. I tweeted because you know how his Instagram was DGK Wade. I was like, I think I think DGK Wade's gonna soon be Primitive Wade. That would have been sick, huh? If like
That'd
if
be
he quit
hilarious.
one day, didn't post nothing. Next day, post his username change.
Dude, that'd be hilarious if he really does make it Primitive Wade.
It'd be
I would
sick.
fucking crack up, dude. I would
That'd be
love
sick.
that.
I remember
Do you remember
P-Rod.
on his 9 club? Do you remember on his 9 club where he was talking about how he wanted to be more accurate or more active on social media? And he completely. He was too. He definitely was.
Yeah, he's kind of
Like-
like a mellow dude.
I'm a huge, big fan.
Yeah, there's
Always
some
have been.
And there's some. I just remember this one specific video. It's probably like a year old, maybe less. He's skating some indoor park in Canada and has some Drake song to it. And he's just going on this bench over this. I think it's over over a corner gap, and he's just doing regular switch. Right? I was like, whoa, like it's so crazy.
You ever see that clip of him doing the switch flip 5.0 where like it's completely balanced, not one wiggle the entire time?
I don't remember it, but I could almost
Dude,
picture it.
I'm gonna
'cause that's just
find
how
it.
he is.
I'm gonna find it for you, Grant, and it is like the gnarliest loop to watch.
There's a Quarter Snacks video with his footage, and he does. I think it's for Grand Collection, maybe. He does a hard
Oh.
flip over this thing, and it's so. I
His
don't know
hard
why I
flips
can't
are
remember.
great.
He's got sick hard flips.
Yeah, his hard
Very
flips are
structured, hot, everything at once. It's
He's got that style where he looks like he's about to fall asleep because he's bored.
dude. He's chilling. He's big chilling.
He's like beyond chilling.
He should.
Like him and Spencer should just share a part so I could just
Nah,
like.
you know what you should do? You should do a really long front nose grind and just like yawn. Like on Instagram, how funny that would be.
Do you remember? Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god!
should do
Speaking
that.
of waves,
It'd be
do you remember that fucking legendary helicopter video, dude?
Yo, they killed it with that.
God, I loved
The
that.
dive challenge, that was amazing.
Fat tray flip jumps in a helicopter.
Jumps in the heli.
Kidding? Are you kidding?
He's so sick.
Uh,
Yo, Wade is tight.
I really hope he does end up in Primitive. That's like the best
It
fit
makes
in the entire
sense,
world.
dude. It makes sense. When
Yeah.
he's been out in LA before, and that's who he was skating with.
Mhm.
We know Paul's a huge fan. Spanish.
Did you
Spanish
see
just
that they?
Spanish got a lot of love for Canada.
Did
he's
you
back.
see that they what's the I can't think of his fucking name. They dropped an added earlier actually. Primitive.
Trey
did.
Williams is in it.
Trey Williams. Thank you. Good shit. So
Yeah,
now they have
they've been
another.
hooking him up. They brought him on
Cool.
that trip.
I'm glad that they're. I think that they should. I mean, obviously, because I mean, here's my thing. If you bring Wade over, which is pretty fucking
pro.
apparent in my opinion, that it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. He's obviously got a board.
Yeah.
And then there's Frankie, who's still like kind of in limbo. Like, you got to give that dude a board. Are you kidding? Like, it's. I feel
Yeah,
like
but
his
it's
is
still-
obviously got to be a matter of time.
Yeah. But
I'm
he
not
also
saying
has
I'm
a-
rushing a Frankie board, but I'm saying like it's got to be a matter of time. So
Yeah,
for them
he's
to
gotta be
like
next.
show off this Trey Williams,
Yeah, Trey
for
Williams.
them to show off Trey Williams like that, I think is really sick because it kind of like gives us a feel for who maybe am, I guess.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
they've
right
been
now it's
hooking him
just-
up. There's kind of a list of dudes that they're hooking up and they're going out with Kev Perez, Spanish,
Kev
on
Perez,
the daily.
Well-
that are kind of flow right now. But they
Well,
brought
Kev-
Trey on that trip, which is sick.
Yeah, Kev posts like footage of him out with those dudes, which I think is
Yeah,
sick. 'Cause
Kev's like
kinda-
the TM now. I remember Spanish was saying
yeah,
that. Like Kev's straight up out with Waxon whenever he's in LA every day.
Waxon, good point. Why did I forget
Yeah,
about
they're
Waxon?
out with Trey.
Okay,
Handful of
so they
dudes.
do have like official
Oh no,
AMs now.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Frankie and Robert,
Robert,
because they've been bringing Rob on trips for a while before now. It
yeah.
just
Well,
became
Waxon too.
official,
For some reason I forgot about Waxon.
But is he officially am?
Oh yeah, he's got it. They dropped the primitive mix and shit, dude. Like what?
Yeah, but you think about how much Rob we saw, and it just became a technically.
Yeah, but they didn't drop no Rob mix or Trey mix.
Let's go to the team page and see what the team page tells us. Yeah, see, he's not. I knew it. Yeah, like the only AMs they list are Frankie and Robert Neal.
Okay.
Pros, we got
Diego,
P-Rod, Bashan, Shane, Devin, Nick, Carlos, Brian Peacock, Diego Najera, and Trent McClellan.
Diego's that shit.
Diego's so good. Yo, Trent too. I love Trent. Trent's
dude, that fucking video with him and Heath Brinkley going back and forth
that was
amazing.
Funny. That straight up looked like a dad and his kid.
It was literally a dad getting mad at his like teenage son.
Heath looks at the camera at Spanish's phone. He's like, "Whose room is it? Whose responsibility?"
He's right though. He is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on Heath's side.
Yeah.
I took Heath's side on that.
Funny though. It was funny though.
Yeah, that was great, dude. I loved that.
Yeah. What else? Oh, we're talking about boards right now. Jordan Maxim took mystery out of his bio. Someone tagged us. Sorry, I should have wrote down your Instagram. But if you tagged us, you know who you are. Thank you. Grizzly posted an ad with Jordan setting up a board, whatever, and getting a clip. And he had a pizza board in that. And then randomly, Mike and I were just looking through some standings from Tampa, some results, I should say. And on Skate Park at Tampa, Jordan Maxim's sponsor list says blind skateboards. So
I feel like when you register, that's got to be the most recent update to your sponsors, right?
Yeah, they for sure do when they get there for the contest. So
yeah,
I don't know. I guess
I don't think Blind showed up there by some chance, you know.
Yeah, especially because like I've seen before where they mix it, but every other of his sponsors correct, and it says blind at the very beginning. I don't know if he skated. I know he was there.
He didn't skate.
Why not?
I don't know. I can't think of him doing one trick. I watched like the whole contest. You know who else I saw?
Did he get hurt? Why would he
poking around? I'm not sure, but fucking Trevor was just peeking around.
Trevor skated.
Too. In the contest?
Yeah. No, I seen Trevor.
In the contest?
Yeah, he was heat number 1 of qualifying.
Okay, that's got to be the one I missed.
Yeah, Trevor was in it.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Trevor, he did the sick back nose one, and then he missed a trick, and then you could tell he was kind of off. And he put on a story later, he had a broken toe. So they were working on that. So I think he was kind of just chilling, cruising. Like, obviously, wasn't at 100%.
He's always broke off, man. That dude's got to get healthy, dude. We got to get him on.
So we know his X Games Real Street should be out soon.
Yeah, we got to get him hanging out with like Felipe Gustavo or some shit. Get healthy as fuck.
Go to the Red Bull gym every day.
Get him hanging out with Neen Williams or something. Dude. Get that boy mad healthy.
The injuries are a bummer, dude.
Oh, they're the worst.
Big bummer.
Especially for a dude like Trevor who can jump over shit. Like, dude, that sucks, you know, because it's like the confidence level is a rough one to come back to.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be
tough. You get smoked, it's kind of hard to jump down some big shit.
Yeah, got to ease your way back into it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Get tech for a sec.
Especially like Trevor. Like, dude, I fucking love Trevor Colden, man.
Dude, so amazing to watch skateboard. Straight up.
Nollie backside flip triple sets, dude. Come on.
Yeah, first go on your birthday. But even like in his contest run, the first trick was a back nose blunt on the quarter pipe, which I bet almost every dude at Tampa Pro could do that. But, dude, he made it look so sick. Like, just the way he whipped into it and his shoulders and then bounced out. It's like, dude, he's so tight.
Did you watch Wes skate?
I didn't see Wes.
He goofed the entire time.
It sounds like Wes.
He did do one shove it nose slide that was Fuck.
That's tied to Kelly Hart shirt.
So good. No, he did it on training.
Oh, okay, yeah, now that makes sense. I've seen him do that before.
Kelly Hart does those shove and no slides so sick.
It's crazy.
Like he does them, the way he catches it and then puts it back on the ledge is the coolest shit.
Yeah, Wes, I'm sure was just mopping on that quarter pipe.
Yeah, he did. He just goofed like the entire time. He did like a Casper.
Cool. Straight up.
He did like a Casper and it bounced off. He didn't even do the Casper. It like bounced off the quarter pipe and into his feet.
Yo, if anyone that's ever been able to watch Wes just happened to be at a skate park one day or at a demo, I've had the pleasure of seeing him because I'm in the same city of San Diego. Just at a skate park multiple times. It's straight up so crazy the amount of board control that he has. And it never seems like he's like focused, or like I feel like trying to skate.
A mafia thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a super mafia vibe of like, they're just chilling and it's insane.
Kellen James, bro.
Yes. Kellen is so good.
Louise.
Such a good skateboarder.
Like, dude, if you want to talk about like the best style in the fucking world, bro, like let's not leave Kellen James out of a conversation ever.
Or ultimate fakie god.
Yeah, he is like the fakie god,
dude,
really.
He skates fakie a lot.
And like really, really hard fakie.
Very good. Yeah, fakie tricks.
Yeah.
Something I just sent to Mike right before the show. Ty Peterson. Everyone, if you're listening, you've probably seen his footage. Maybe you're not super aware yet. He had some clips in Arson Department 2. He had that sick board slide to Barley, like the Switch Smith, on that long bar. And then a Smith grinder popped over a bar as well. But his trip to SF, they put together, I think it was just called Ty Peterson and SF. But just from that footage in Arson Department and what else I'd seen, I was a big fan of his style and kind of trick selection. So I was hyped when I seen that was on Thrasher's site. I checked that out right before this, and it was so rad. He's got a real mellow style, skating Black Rock at night. That line was crazy with that tail slide on that real tall edge going down the hill. Tail slide front heel stood out to me a lot. That trick looks so good the way he did.
Yeah, that's a gangster one.
Yeah, so I would check that out. Mike, did you watch that?
Yeah, of course.
What did you think?
I think his style is cool as hell. I definitely thought it said Tyson Peterson when you sent it to me.
I bet that happens all the time, honestly.
I got like really fired up.
Yeah,
it was good though.
But yeah, super cool style, like flowy lines. I don't know. He kind of has a trick selection style that I'm like really drawn towards right now. Is in skateboarding, we're seeing so much gnarly stuff every day that it's cool to see. Not that he's not gnarly, but just kind of a flow, like refreshing style. So I think
definitely different.
It's definitely
different. There's no doubt about that.
Chick flip front 50 to ledge at Third and Army in a line. Those things are chunky.
That's really fucked up.
And concrete, and it looks sick. Yeah, like that. That could go by real quick in a line when you're watching it, but if you just put some thought. Wow, that was sick. Yeah. One other thing from Tampa. Let's go backwards here. Torrey Pudwell, his board was like, okay, Plan B graphics are generally some sort of background. If it's Torrey Pudwell, it's probably like tie-dye. And then it has their logo in the middle, and then it says their name at the bottom. Mm-hmm. He had straight up from truck to truck was like covered in stickers, and they weren't Plan B stickers. Like it was, and it was. And they were like pretty. Yeah, they were pretty strategically placed. The background, yeah, it was like a really big Thrasher sticker, and whatever else, the diamond sticker, which was kind of random, just to have a big ass Thrasher sticker. Dude, he loves Thrasher. He always loves Thrasher. I know, but like in the middle of your board, like that. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. So I don't know. I mean, he still lists Plan B, and they posted about him and whatever, but it was strange. That caught my attention for sure. So as of now, he's still on. But we don't know what's up with the future, so maybe keep an eye out for that. Mike and I both noticed that. Yeah, I would definitely keep an eye out for that. Mention that to each other, so I don't know. That was interesting. That's not very like Torrey to cover up his board sponsors. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if anyone did that, we would be like, what? It's a little. There's got to be a little something to that story. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a spray painted board like Paul. Those were or Rodrigo just throw it in the garbage. I can't believe you did that.
That was the funniest shit ever.
You know what makes it even funnier is that his caption wasn't even
God.
like it was a bad breakup. Like he was like,
Yeah.
"Thank you, DGK, KO, I appreciate it. Like much love, whatever." But the video, he throws the board in a trash can. I'm like,
Dude, that was so fucking funny.
it turned into a trash can challenge, dude.
By far the best exit from a brand, for sure.
Yeah, probably the most memorable, funniest.
Funniest. Real funny.
Definitely a comedy factor. Real put together edit of Nate Vian's footage from his trip to San Francisco, where we've mentioned this before, they surprised him with his Actions Realized board and shirt. But they put all the footage together. It's like a little video port. It has footage with Joffin and Dennis. Dennis with the amazing footage always.
The tail slide and then front side flip into the little bank is so cool.
Dude, it's so sick. Nate is battling 180 into the Euro gap. Pop shove off the ledge. I love how he lands the first pop shove. He's like,
I thought he says fuck at first. When he goes, ugh. I thought he goes, fuck. I was just like, I had to rewind it like 3 times.
No, but I thought it was sad how he redid it. That was sick.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, dude, he got bodied doing that front 50 on the mini ramp at Proof Lab or whatever. He hung up. Dude, he takes some crazy.
Dude, the way that he skates like tranny hips is really cool.
Yeah, that frontside air, sick. Just launches. The blunt fakie at double rock, that was tight. Always sick to watch Nate. Obviously, Dennis and Jaffin.
Yeah, I still like that photo with him and his shot so much.
Oh, at the that indoor bowl in Philly. Yeah, that photo is so tight. So tight. Yeah, so check that out for sure. But as far as our topic list goes,
is that it?
Yeah. No, actually, this is what you wanted me to mention. Transworld. Mike's psyched on this. I'm back.
Oh, these little things. They're cool.
Transworld started a little series.
I like them.
Called Your Skater's Favorite Skater, which is, I think, a question we've heard plenty of people ask or say. Oh, that's your skater's favorite skater, whatever.
I feel like there's like a handful of dudes that fit that mold, though. There's not like a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like we've heard it so many times over there.
I think Kenny Anderson is like kind of the epitome.
Kenny.
John Cardiel.
Yeah, Cardiel. But they actually started a series where they ask the dude, who's your favorite skater? And they explain why they're psyched on him, and usually throw some old footage in there, which is sick. I know they did one with Kirby, Brophy, and then Vincent. Vincent was awkward as fuck too. He talked about the Gons, and his like interview was just like really awkward for some reason.
Who was Kirby's? Kirby's was Brian Anderson.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I definitely thought he was going to pick Reynolds, so I was kind of hyped when he picked BA.
Yeah, it was cool that it was unpredictable. Because, to be honest, Mike and I have already said this. Brophy, like, I seen his pop up. As soon as I knew it. Yeah, I saw Andrew Brophy, favorite skater. I was like, Mike Carroll. I clicked on it. He's like, my favorite skater is Mike Carroll. I was like, yeah, I know. His favorite skater is Mike Carroll for no reason other than the fact that he's his friend. I mean, he likes his kickflips, but my favorite time with this off camera is, and not saying Carroll's got bad kickflips at all, but when I think of Carroll, I don't think of kickflips.
Nah, I think of feeble grinds on ledges.
Yeah, feebles or backsmiths.
Yeah.
Not like kickflips. Was like, whoa, that's kind of interesting. My head was at feeble grinds, but yeah, so that's a rad series. I'm hoping to see those continue.
I hope there's more.
Yeah, no, I bet it seems like they're already trying to push. I can't wait to see who picks Muska. I would assume that we couldn't get too much further without someone saying it. Someone's going to pick Muska. I can't wait to see. Someone's going to say Muska soon. Someone's going to say Reynolds. Gino. Yeah, Gino's going to get said. Kenny. Hey, they should do it with Chris Roberts. Who's Chris Roberts' favorite skater, do you think? I don't know. Good question. But he'd probably make a funny joke about his own switch Manny or something. I'm sure. Is he still going on with that shit? What are you acting like you don't listen to the nightclub? That Switch Manny shit is crazy. He's still going. Hey, Switch Manny's Switch Front 3 show is crazy. But he needs more clips, dude. Well, We'll be back in a week with 145, not 55. Episode 145 next week.
Damn, we're almost at 150 though. That's pretty wild. Well, I guess
Yeah.
almost means like a month.
Yeah, but that's not too far. We'll be
Yeah.
here soon. In what? What is it now? It's March. So in April.
It's March 6th.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Hit us up if you want us to talk about anything that we missed this week or whatever it is. Thank you to everyone that tags us in news and helps us out. We appreciate that always.
Did we miss anything? I don't think there was very much to miss.
No, that's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good week. Peace.